So one of the things that, I look at are, what are the trends that are going on that are impacting everyone's lives? I really encourage you to look outside your organization and outside of the industry and just think about the individuals or the companies and what are the trends impacting some of their decisions, and how does that impact your organization and how you think about engagement and how you price things, how you think about membership dues, the structure for membership, engagement, education, whatever it might be. So I'm going to go through some of the trends that I'm seeing that I know some organizations are starting to think about. One is the sharing economy. So we all know this, and I frequently will say to a group, well, how many people in here took an Uber to get here to this conference today? And 3/4 of the room will raise their hand. And what we've seen recently is that the sharing economy, that it's no longer the old companies that are the only organizations that you have to work with if you are trying to get something you need, whether it is a ride from the airport to a conference or whatever it might be. So how can associations adapt this idea and bring it internally? Because clearly individuals are embracing it. So one idea that I had with an organization was, can you share your registration to your conferences? So think about this. So you have a conference and it is in Chicago, and you might have, maybe it's a medical society, you have a conference in Chicago, and you've got a number of institutions here with individuals that could come. Well, we're all familiar with the model that people tend to rotate who's going to go to that conference each year. So you're not going to get everyone on a staff that from an institution to come to your conference. But you have set aside a goal of engagement of how do we increase the number of attendees to our conference. Your reality is not everyone's going to come to it. And it may not be that they can't afford it. It may simply be time out of office, or just, I can't justify spending $1,000 on this conference when I really can only go for half a day or a couple hours. It's not my turn. A new model might be, and you would have to do the financial modeling around this in terms of what is the pricing for this, and how many slots would we allow. But what if you allowed a shared registration for individuals who lived or worked within 50 miles of that conference, or 25 miles of the conference, and instead of charging, maybe it's $4.95 for a registration for one person, you can charge $6.95 for 2 or 3 people, that they could share the registration. It becomes a better conference. You have more attendees there. You would have to do the financial modeling to see how can we make sure this works and how many of these would we offer. But that's an important role that you need to bring to think about in terms of how can we reach some of the goals of the organization for increased engagement using some of the ideas that are out there around the sharing economy.